Now, what is happening here is, where's the project? Okay, so we'll learn to upload an app icon. Okay, upload an app, have an app icon for our project. Now here today we'll be using the clock sensor. Okay, so the clock sensor, you can use for several purposes or purposes, but today what we'll be doing is we'll be using it for a brand screen. Let's say a brand screen is like just launching an application, or let's say Facebook or WhatsApp on your phone, and you should see like the WhatsApp or Facebook logo on either a white or green background, and then it would vanish after some milliseconds, maybe 2 seconds or so. Yeah, so we'll be doing that. So something like this. Okay. So after some milliseconds, it should take me to my main screen so we can see what we have here. So in doing that, okay, or to do that, we use this, how many blocks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So do not start, okay, just look at the blocks. I'm going to explain the blocks before we start the project. Okay, so what I did was when the screen initialized, I want to set my timer. So I want to let the clock to start ticking. Okay, so to do that, we have the clock.timer enabled. We'll set it to true. Okay, you get a true from the logic, true. And then when clock.timer, okay, so when the clock is ticking, we want to stop it. Okay, so to stop it, we'll set the timer enable to what? False. And then our icon, okay, on the screen, our icon, we'll set it to what? This icon, we'll set it to its visibility to false. And then we'll open our screen. Okay, so our main screen. Now, when you go to the designer, you'd see the clock. We have what? 3,000 milliseconds. Now, 3,000 milliseconds means what? 3 seconds. So if you have 4,000, it means what? 4 seconds. 5,000, 5 seconds, and like in that order. Okay. So then we go to screen 2. Okay, so there's the main thing here. We have 53 blocks, so we'll be using 53 blocks to make this a success. So let me share the screen. Okay, going to explain the blocks one by one. Now, when the screen initialize, okay. Now, when the screen initialize, okay, you notice for let's see, when the screen initialize, you notice that I didn't input anything, but I still have things here. Now, this is possible because we have what these two blocks, and then this number of blocks. Now, what is happening here is when the screen initialize, or when the person launches the application, and then we're in our main page, which is screen 2. Okay, we created an empty list. Okay, now when you first, if this is your first time, you notice that you would have nothing will be stored here. You wouldn't see anything here. These things are here because I already stored some things here. When I press enter, you should see it. So there's it. Okay, now, so first of all, what we have to do is to create, what I did was to create a variable to create an empty list. Okay, so the variable is going to tell the device or our app to create an empty list. So it's going to prepare itself to receive textual data. So on screen initialize, when the screen starts, okay, when the screen starts, share this. When the screen starts, okay, we are going to tell the our TinyDB, is a storage on your app or your device, to go and then fetch any data that is stored. Okay, that is stored. But what happens here is, if there's no data, we want it to create an empty list. Okay, so for you, this is your first app, or this is the first time building the note-taking app. So what you notice is you would have an empty list. Now, if I close this, yes, and then I open it back, you see that whatever I typed is still available because of this block. Okay, so we use a tag called I named this tag called ticker. You can give it any name. Now the tags are like, let's say you guys will be tagged like the mobile app development class more afternoon, and then the other one will be tagged what's the name, morning. Okay, now so if I say I want the morning class, yeah, the morning mobile app class is a tag, so all the collective individuals in that class, okay, the morning class would come. Similarly, if I say I want the mobile app for mobile app students for morning session, those with like you guys more afternoon session, you guys would come. Okay, so that's the tag. Okay, so we are tagging our data with this name. um yeah, so if there's no data, okay, we are going to create an empty list, and then we want to put reveal like store everything that is stored in our variable, okay, to be displayed in our list view. Now from there, we went to after picking. So here, no, let's do this floating button. So the floating button, what is going to do it? There's a floating button here. Okay. The floating button is our event handler for like actually storing, not like storing, but when you press enter, it should tell the TinyDB to store these things. So now, so there's a floating button. Now, what I want to do here is we want to add items to the list. What item do you want to add to the list? Okay, so when I type anything here, and I press the floating button, I want it to add the item to our variable. Okay, that's I named this store. Okay, and then I want to display that item or any item in the variable here. Okay, in our list view. Okay, so to actually store the data, we use what our TinyDB, and you can see we are storing it in our TinyDB with our tag, and then the value to store is our global store or variable. Here, here we have list view after after picking. So we use this one is just for defensive design. Okay, so should in case when I click this and I click yes, and I click would you like to remove this item? When I click no, nothing should happen. But when I click this and I click yes, okay, you can see it's deleted. Let me do that. Okay, so this defensive design, they're supposed to not, it's just so that you wouldn't delete something without your consent. Okay, so yeah, so this particular block is the one is going to show this notice. Okay, this block is showing this notice. Now the yes or no as to whether I should delete or not to delete is because we have this block. Where's the block? It's because of this particular block. Okay, so if get choice is equal to yes, so if the user select yes, then we want to what, remove an item at an index position. Um, at the index. So when I click this, when I click yes, okay, would you like to remove the item? That's from this after picking. So the after picking, you have to use the after that's notify after choosing. So would you like to remove item? If you click yes, it's going to remove the item, and then it's going to what, update the database. So this updating the database, and then this is also going to update the list viewer, as you can see on your screen or my screen. Okay. Okay. Then we did one called after choosing. So we picked um, two notifiers. Okay, so the first one was the defensive design for either deleting or, should I say, yeah, deleting or not to delete something. Now the second one, what it's going to do is if when okay, so when a person clicks the back screen, okay, when a person clicks the back screen, so sorry, the back button, no, when a person clicks the back button on the like his device, okay, we would like to display a notice. Okay, now closing, so you can see here the title is closing up, and the text here, would you like to close the application? Okay, so you can see it here. If you choose yes, if so the after this we have this argument. After choosing, if they get choice or if the user chooses yes, then we want to close the application. So we use this, and then it closes the application. Okay. So far, do we all get the concept of what we are going to do today? Okay. So are we all on the Kodular page? Like, are we all on Kodular page?
Yes, please.
Okay, and I hope you've created a new project. Okay, so to on screen one, okay, go to the properties for screen one, click on align horizontal, and then change it to center. Scroll up, it's at the top, scroll up, scroll up. Okay, so we have align horizontal, change to center, and then change the vertical one to center. Okay, now I shared some images in the group this the afternoon or morning. Yeah, about
Yeah.
morning. Please, do you have them? Do you have them?
Yes, I have them.
Okay. Scroll down.
No.
You don't have them. It's in the WhatsApp chat, so please download it from the WhatsApp group.
He said I should scroll up.
Go down, just scroll down, and then we have background image. Okay, the
Yeah.
background image. No, click on the drop down. Yeah, click there. Oh,
Is it
okay. So you've not uploaded. So go to assets. Okay. Your
assets?
design. Your okay. Yeah. Click this, and then upload asset, or you can drag and drop the assets one by one.
Okay. Maybe this one.
So the images. I think there were two images. So yeah, upload
Yeah.
the two images.
Okay.
Okay. Now click on the text. Okay. So
I
click
should
on the
click on.
text here. The WhatsApp.
Yeah.
The first image. The first image.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Click on it. Okay, wait for some. Okay. Now the reason why I asked you to click on it is sometimes when you when I don't know, I've noticed this like let's say confusion here. Sometimes when I upload something, let's say I upload an image of a ball. Okay. When I go search for it or when I'm using it in the code, it changes into a different image. So in order to
Okay.
confirm if I actually uploaded something, I just want to click on it and then the preview. So just I think this one matches this. So I think this okay. Click on the second one. Okay,
Okay.
so yeah, so these are the images. So cancel, click on the cancel. It's already loaded.
Okay.
Okay. So for our background image, okay, our background image property. Hey, the name, we don't know the name. Okay, so you
Yeah.
click on any of this and let's see what happens in there. Okay, so that's it. That should be it. Okay, so you
Okay.
see, one thing about this programming is like to use. I remember mentioning abstract naming. Abstract naming isn't good unless maybe you want to do some hide some code from someone. Okay, so if you had named your image the right image, I would it will help us know the particular like image that we want. Okay,
Oh,
now go to scroll down. Okay, one, two. Just after the background image, we have icon.
yeah.
Yeah.
Icon. Yeah.
Click on the icon and
Yeah.
then pick the second. I don't know if it's the second.
Is the
Are we
second one.
sure if it's the second one? Because this one won't appear. Okay, it won't appear. It would appear when you download your app.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's going
Is
to
the
be your
second
app
one.
icon. Okay, now
Yep.
scroll down, scroll down. Uncheck this to uncheck this the show option and then the show status bar. Uncheck them. Okay, did you see what happened? When you scroll
Yeah.
up, you should see something. You see that, okay, you scroll up and then let's see. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you check them again and then uncheck them. You see what will happen. We don't want those things. Okay. So because you zoomed in, that's why. Okay, you go up. Go see we have these three ellipses, and then we have um like this blue do I say panel? We don't want them. Okay. So just take them out, and then
Okay.
yeah, you can. Okay, so this one is start with the title. So scroll down, you see title something. Just scroll down a little bit. Yeah, title visible. So when you scroll up, we don't want it. Okay. Okay. So I think that should be all. So now we need the app icon to appear here. So go to image, go to your user interface. We have an image component.
The user interface.
Yeah, we have an image component.
Outside.
Yeah, where you are, just here. Yeah. Look
Okay.
for
Yeah.
image. Yeah,
Yeah.
image and drag it. Okay. Change its height and width property to 100 each. Not feel per 100.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. And now the image, the picture property should be the app icon, the icon you use for your.
The picture property.
Yeah, it has a
Uh,
picture property. Just have under the width, the property
okay.
under the width.
Yeah.
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 So choose the app icon.
Okay.
Okay. So are we all okay with this part? Are we all okay with this part?
Please, after downloading it, I'm able to see the image on the screen.
So you want the image to appear on the screen.
Yes, please.
Okay. So click on screen one. David, is it David? Yeah, David. Click on screen one. No, no, no. Your component side. Yeah, and then look for background image. So the property section, look for background image.
The background image.
Background image.
Yeah, and then select. Yeah. Janita, did you get that?
Yes, please. I selected and then it says I should upload it. But when I go to the upload, it takes me back to my files.
Okay. So yeah, yeah. So what happened was for what David did was assets. When you go to your designer, okay, the designer we have just at the left we have assets. Yeah, so let's
Yes.
say you want the files you need for your project. So in order for you not to go back to your computer, you can upload everything so that you don't go back to your computer. So to just click on upload. Click
Yeah,
Yeah,
on
not
I'm
the
on
upload.
this
function.
page. I've uploaded it, but it's I have the same image as at what is showing here.
Mm,
Yes. So from here,
okay.
where do I go to?
Okay. So David, please close this screen, this window.
Okay.
Yeah. So from here, did you the background image? Okay, click inside where the text, the WhatsApp text is. As you can see here, just click there.
The background image.
Click inside. All the images or files you uploaded should appear, as you can see.
The background image.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay.
So with
Now, if
the middle one, I'll do
the
same.
middle one, go to your image. That's your user interface. Drag an image component. Um,
Okay,
change its height and width property to 100 pixels.
okay. Please hold on.
So David, you can click on the image component.
Sorry, this one.
And then it has a picture property. Okay, click inside and then select the icon for as you see here. I really don't know the name you give to your.
Please, mine. It says when I entered the 100 pixels, it
Pixels.
says what? Yeah, it said it's not illegal.
Okay.
Don't really understand.
Just type in 100.
Type in 100, the pixels will be added. Just type
Yeah, I
100, the
can. Okay.
wait for
Okay.
both the height and then the width.
Okay.
Okay. Did the image appear?
I would have to select the picture, right?
Yes, yes. Select the picture.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, please. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so from there, we go to your sensors
Yeah.
and then drag a clock sensor. It's a non-visible component. So now change the timer enable to false.
Timer enabled. Okay, I
Yeah,
shall take
to
it, right?
false. And then how many seconds would you want your brand to display? So let's say 3000 milliseconds. 3000 milliseconds means 3 seconds.
Okay.
Okay. Are we good to go to the blocks? So from here we have to go to the blocks.
Yeah.
Can we go
Yes,
to the
please.
blocks? Okay,
Yes,
so go
please.
to the blocks. Now when screen initialize, okay, we want to enable our clock. So when screen one dot initialize,
Um, um,
click on your clock. Your clock. The clock has a timer enabled. So scroll down and look for clock dot timer enabled.
it said clock dot timer enabled.
Yeah. Just scroll down, it would come. Okay.
This one.
Yeah, that
Okay,
one.
there's it. Should I snap it?
Yeah. So type true. Just type true. You can put the type true. Just type true on your keyboard. No, leave it
True.
that way. That's correct. Yeah,
Okay.
type true on your keyboard and then press enter. Okay. So you can get the true from the logic. Okay. So there's another way of just getting the true, fetching a component, a block. Now the
Hello,
clock
welcome
has.
to.
Hello, Abdul. Yeah, you can unmute yourself. How the
Please,
images
can
were
you hear me?
inserted. Okay. Go to the designer.
Okay, the designer.
Yeah, the designer.
Okay.
Abdul, I hope you already have the image. Click on screen one at the all components. Okay, we have screen one. Click on it.
Yeah.
Scroll down. We have what background image. So the screen one property has a background image. Okay, and then you just select the uploaded files. Okay. Okay, so let's say you want to display the name of your brand. Okay, so let's say your brand name is what mobile app, whatever. So go to your label. Okay, this is just an additional something. Go to your label. Go to your label. Drag a label. No, user interface. There's a label at the user interface. Drag a label and then put it under your. Just put it under your icon. Okay, and then type in the name, whatever name you want. The text field is here. Just the text field. The property section has a text,
Okay.
just text. Okay.
Yeah, I found it.
Yeah, type in any name. So maybe the name of your brand or yeah. Okay. You can you can change the background color to white. Sorry, the text color of your text to white. Text color. Yeah, it's down. It's down. That one is background color. That's the
Okay.
background color. Cancel. You have to cancel it first. It wants to pop up.
Okay. Okay. I found the cancel button. So this one, right?
Change it to white. Okay, Nika. Now you can change your font size. Make it 30.
30.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. From there, yeah, I think that should be okay. If you want to make it change the font typeface, you can just work on it. Okay, so now let's go to our blocks.
Okay.
Okay, so when screen we are starting with our
Clock.
clock. So now go to your clock, and then we have clock.timer. I think it's the only brown block in the clock here, that one.
Yeah.
And then change. Okay, so when the clock starts, okay, we want to disable the clock, and then we want to turn off that's our image and then our label. So to do that, you can just duplicate the clock.timer enabled.
Is that the clock dot timer dot the first one,
Clock.timer
right?
enabled, the green one you picked from
Okay, so I
the
should duplicate that one.
initialize. Yeah, duplicate that one
Okay.
and
Then
snap it there, and then change the true to false.
okay.
Okay. Now, we want to put off our image. Okay, so click on your image
Okay.
and then we have a setter called set image picture.
Set image.
So just pick any setter and then, okay, so yeah.
Okay.
Now change the picture, click on the picture and then we want visible.
Okay.
Okay. And then also set that one to false. So just type false on your, and then press enter.
Okay.
Okay, so now plug it and snap it there. Go to your label and then set your label visible property to false.
Set label
Set your label property to false.
to false. It's not here. We don't have set label
Image
Okay.
visible, image visible, image visible.
Okay. To false. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll change.
For those of us who don't know where we get the false from, the false is at the logic, okay? But another smart way is just to type it and press enter.
Should I set it here?
Yeah, snap. Okay. Now, so when all these are turned up, you want to open another screen too, okay? So click on your control. Click on your control. And then we have open another screen name.
Open another screen name.
Screen name.
Yeah. Should I
And
snap
pick
it here?
an empty text string. No, not it's empty. The first one, yeah.
The first
Then
one, which
type,
one?
yeah, that one, just this one.
Yeah.
And type screen 2. The S is caps. No, the S should be caps, okay.
It should be caps. Okay. This
No,
way.
screen 2, yeah, type 2.
Okay.
Screen 2.
Is it okay?
So connect it and then snap it. Yeah, it's okay.
And then should I snap it here?
Yeah. Okay. Now we want to go to screen 2. Okay, so is everyone okay with this side before we move to screen 2? Is anyone stuck somewhere? Okay, so no one. So go to add screen. Okay. where we have the, okay, yeah, click on it. David, I think your internet is getting slow. Okay, so for me, I don't have the label. That's why you don't see any label here. Okay. For the morning session, we didn't use a label, but for the afternoon session, we added a label. Okay, so
Thank you.
already to add screen 2, you click on this. Okay, and then I already have screen 2. That's why you have screen 3. I don't want it. So you go to your design when it's open screen. When screen 2 is open, okay. Now, drag, go to your layout, go to general, and then drag 2 card views. Okay, drag and drop 2 card views. Drag and drop 2 card views. And then the first card view, so what we want to do is we want to do something like this. So our first card view is going to hold our text box, and then the second card view is going to hold our list view. Okay. Okay. So drag the a card view. In the first card view, go to your user interface and then drag, where is the name? Text box. Okay, text box as you can see here. Drag a text box and then put it inside your the first card view. The text box, okay. Now in your card view, the first card view, the one holding your text box, let's change its property. So we want to center anything that is stored inside it. So it has a property, align horizontal property, and then vertical property. You can see them. Change both of them to center.
And please,
And
I'm
then
having a
scroll
problem with
down,
my card view. The second.
change the corner radius, and then the elevation to 1010. Okay, so now the width of your card view, change it to 380 pixels. That's the width, change to 380 pixels. Okay, now the next card view, drag, let's look for, go to your layout, and then the layout has a property called views, a component called views. Now the views has our views, list view, where's list view? Let me see. Okay, sorry. Go to your layout and then look for lists. Okay. And then we have our list view. Okay, pick the first one. Now, what the second one does is this one, list view image and text. What it does is, let's say, so like WhatsApp. Okay, WhatsApp. The person's WhatsApp icon is here or image is here, and then maybe the name and then the text. So we don't want this one. If there's time, okay, if there's time, those who maybe I'll allow for 10 minutes for us to experiment with this feature. That's after we are done. So those who want to stay, just remind me so that that's when we are done, so that we experiment with this. So I'm going to delete it. I don't need it. So you want the list view, drag and drop the list view, not the list view with image one, the list view, and then drop it inside your second card view. Okay. Go to your text box. Okay, we didn't work on the text box. We want to change the text box some properties. So the text box, let's see. Now change the text box. Okay, the width to 350. Change the width of your text box to 350. And then we have hints. Okay, so the hints here is just like okay, so you can see this a hint. Okay, this is a hint. Search Google or type. Yeah, it's a hint. Okay, so for me, what I type in my hint is type something, or you can input something or whatever. And then I think I check this to multi-line. It's not necessary, but I choose multi-line. Now, what multi-line does is it should be able to write. Let's say when you're typing and then reaches the end of the distance, the text box, it should move to another line, just as the way we in our exercise book we have lines that we write. Okay. Yeah, so I think that should be that's for the text box. So in our second card view, okay, our second card view, what I did was I also centered both the horizontal and then the vertical arrangement, vertical align. I centered both of them. And then I changed the corner radius and then the elevation to 10, 10. So 10 each for the corner radius and then the elevation, as you can see here and then here. And then I changed the width to 400 pixels. So just type 400.
Hello, Kelvin.
Yeah, hello.
With my list view, it doesn't fit into the card view. It just either drops up or
Okay,
below it.
so just put it anywhere on the screen, okay? I think because we've yeah, some of you might experience that. So let's after just resizing everything and you when you put it inside it should work. Okay, so just change the width of the card view to 400 and then the height to fill parents. Now so we've already picked the list view. So drag and drop your list view into the second card view.
Please, with my it doesn't go like according to yours. You see screen 2, then card view 2. But mine is screen 2, card view 1, and then text box 1.
Don't worry. Okay, so yours is what card view 1.
1, then text box 1,
Text
and
box.
then
Yeah,
card
don't
view
worry.
2.
Okay, don't worry. So it you can see the hierarchy or the arrangement. Now what this is when you click this, okay, it tells you. So what is happening here is what this text box is contained in our card view. You can see what
Okay.
is happening. So similarly, this one too. Okay, so this list view is contained in my card view 1. So if you do this, so now you can see everything is what's inside. So they are just there's a parents and then these are its children. So this one, this another
Okay, so it
parent.
doesn't really matter how it goes.
Yes, the only thing just be observing. If you want to know something, just click on it and then see. I think the card view, one thing is when you click on a card view, it doesn't highlight. It doesn't highlight, okay? So let's see, if you click on the text box, you can see it's highlighted. But the card view, there's nothing highlighted, so it's difficult to find out. So if you click on the card view, okay. So when I click on this, it tells me I'm working on the card view. You can see when I click on this, telling me I'm working on this card view, this text
Okay,
box.
thank you.
Okay. Where are we? Where are we? So the list view, I think have we changed the properties of the list view? Okay, I think we've not done that. So now the list view, for me, my background property, I change it to this color as you see here. So let's say I want this color. Okay. Then I change the height and then width to fill parents each. Okay, we are still on the list view. Okay, so scroll down. Click on show filter bar. So the filter bar is supposed to be something like when you click on like you're searching something, okay? So let's say I already have a list. Okay, so when I start typing something, it will be fetching the list. So let's say I made a list of tomatoes, pepper, and then
Oh, okay.
what is the name? Chibum. Tomatoes, pepper, and chibum. So when I type chibum, chibum will appear out of the list. Okay, when I type pepper, pepper will come out of the list. Okay, so that's what the show filter bar is going to do. So it's going to give us this. So you can see we have search lists appearing on your screen.
Yeah.
Yes. Now go to your advanced property. Just go down. We have advanced property. scroll down, and then we have something we call divider height. Okay, so you can see on your phone screen, you can see we have something like a line cutting through just under the search this thing. So anytime you type something, it's going to divide the items. Okay, so that line, so you can leave it at 2, you can give it any value. Okay, and then you can see divider color, so you can give your divider a color. Okay, so it won't appear here. Okay, when you build your application, it would appear. And then we have okay, so now let's go pick a floating action button. Floating action button.
This one.
Yes. Okay,
Should I
so
drop it?
just leave, it's a non-visible component.
Okay.
Okay. And then go to, let me see what to pick next. Notifier, we want 2 notifier for defensive design. We want 2 notifier, 1 to close the application, 1 to prompt the user if the user would like to delete something or his or her list.
Please, sir, my list view, it has now been moved to the card view 1.
Okay, so you can move it to card view 2. Just arrange it. You can move it to your card view 2. Just click on it and then drag it into your card view, your second card view. And then
I'm not able to drag it. Or should I do that from the screen?
Yeah, do it on the screen there. What is it? Your device's screen? That's the mockup screen for the device, the mockup. Okay.
I tried dragging and okay, please hold on. Okay. But when I dragged it, it's now at the bottom.
So click on your card view. Okay. Click on the card view that you want. Let me I think the card view 2 is not. So just click on your list view and then move it into the card view, like the card view that you want.
Yes, I've been able to move it to. So I've been able to move it to the card view too, but on the screen, it has come down. So you see the search list is at the bottom.
The search list. Go to your storage. And then drag a TinyDB component.
And then drag it in.
So we have Cloudinary. Cloudinary is an online platform for storing, I think, images. Okay, so that one you'd have to have internet. The spreadsheet too is something internet. I think, and then the TinyDB is to store things on your phone, okay, within your app. And then the TinyWebDB is to communicate, like to store. Okay, sorry for the call. Sorry. So have you dragged? Okay, you've dragged the TinyDB. We have the notifier. Okay, 1, 2. What else? We have the floating action button. Okay, now click on your floating action button.
Okay.
And then it has a material icon. Okay, so change it to send. Just click inside and type send. The material icon, not the icon. You want it, so you can see we have material icon. So yes, just send. Type send. No, use small letters. Okay. Now nothing will happen. Okay. Yeah. When you build your app, you see it's up like there. We are going to leave everything to default. There's default. Okay. Now let's go to our blocks. Now, first of all, we want to create an empty list. Okay. So we are creating a variable. Okay. So we are creating a memory to be an empty list, because when you buy your notebook or exercise book, you see that there's nothing inside the exercise books. So we want to do same here. So this is the digital way for doing it. So go to your variable and then pick a global variable. Give it a name. Okay, do not use abstract names. So this one is I already have this, so I'm just demonstrating something here. And then click on list, and then choose create empty list. Okay, now when the screen initializes, okay, we want to what? Now what happened is, or what would happen is, whenever we close our application, we don't want to lose our files or whatever we've stored. Okay, so to be able to retrieve that, okay, we want to get it from the TinyDB. Okay, so why it's happening here is, or better still, let's rather do this first. Let's do this first, the floating button, so that I think this will help us explain this, because we need to store before we retrieve. Okay, so let's do this first. Now, go to your floating action button. Pick the first block. Okay. Now, floating action buttons, like they are buttons that look as if they've been raised out of the screen. I don't know how, but they are not like normal screens. Okay, so now when floating action button dot clicked, we want to add items to our variable, that's our memory, our global memory called note_var. Okay, so we want to add it. So remember, we created an empty list. Okay, so we want to add whatever is typed in the text box to our variable or our memory. So to do that, go to your list and then pick add items to list. Go to your list and then add items to list. Snap it here. Mouse over this, and then we want to snap it here. Now, what do you want to add to our variable or our memory? So our memory is called note_var. So what do you want to add to it? So what item? So the item is whatever is typed in the text box. As you can see on my screen. Okay, so let's see. So when I use, so there's a floating button. Okay, so you can see rice is stored. Okay, so this is what we are doing. So add item to list. So I already have my list. If I want to add another item, okay, type and then add. Okay, so you can see. So there's the divider. And there's the search. So let's say I want to search rice. You can see rice is fetched. So anything with starting with R or whatever will be fetched. Okay. So we are done with this. Now to be able to display whatever is typed. Okay, there's a memory, so we can see it. Okay, but you saw when I type the rice and I press enter, we had the rice showing in our list view. So the list view is serving as the display for our item. So go to your list view and then pick any setter. Okay, so I pick list view background color. I don't want the background color. I want what elements. So change it to elements, list view dot elements. And then you can duplicate this and then snap it here, or mouse over this, use the get and then snap it here. So from there, we want to actually store it on our device. Okay, so when this is out, okay, this won't work. What will do, it will only get stored on our label, on our list view. So when we close the application and open it, nothing is going to be stored. Okay, now to be able to store it, we need the hot TinyDB, and that's why it's here. So go to your TinyDB, and then we want to call TinyDB dot store value. You have a tag, and then we have value to store. So go to your text. Okay, pick an empty text string. Give your tag a name. Okay, so my tag is called taker. You can give it any name. Okay, so I explained what the tag is doing, those who joined earlier. Okay, and then the value to store is what our global. So just mouse over here, pick it, and then snap it here. Okay, so from there, so I think we are done with. So now we are able to store. We know how to store textual data. So we are done with this one. So now we want to, in case we close the app, okay, or we quit the application, we want to retrieve whatever we stored in our app. So to do that, we go to so I went to when screen2.initialize, mouse over your variable and then choose the set property. Okay, so there's a set property. So mouse over your variable and then choose the set property. So remember, we stored our data in our TinyDB. So to retrieve it, TinyDB gives us a block called call TinyDB get value tag and then value if tag not there. Call TinyDB get value tag value if tag not there. Okay, so I'd advise that you don't type a new listing. What you should do is just right click on this, okay, your tag, duplicate it and then snap it here. Now, the reason being that it's very sensitive. Should you even have a space or a different thing here, okay, this tag and this tag are different listings. So they are different databases, okay. So we want to work with only this database under this tag name. So that's why you should duplicate it and then just snap it. Don't type, snap it. Now, if there's no tag, okay, we want to create an empty list. Okay. So when you open the app and nothing is stored, okay, you want to create an empty list. So it's just like this one. Okay, you want to create an empty list. And then you want to display whatever the user types. So on our list view. So I'm going to close this application. You can see I have this. So let's see if it will vanish. So you can see I have them. So this what did the magical the computation for us. Okay, so now we are left with 1, 2, 3. This 3 events. Okay, no, 4 events. Now, let me share the screen here. So what is happening here is, okay, now when I pick this, okay, when I pick this, so that's what's this. So remember, you have to pick 2 notifiers. So the first notifier is going to tell us whether we want to delete something. Okay, so when you click on any item in your list view, you can see, would you like to remove item? So you can see it here, and then the title is what delete. Okay, and then my button is what no, and then yes. Here at first my yes was here, and then the no was here. But I don't know. When I was taking lessons in MIT, I think I've forgotten, but I don't know whether the yes is supposed to be here or here. The reason being that which button is the user likely to click when this appears. Okay, now there's sensitive data. Okay, so we don't want the user to click yes like when it just appears. So we want to position it at a place that the finger or the thumb finds it difficult to type yes or no. So from here, I think, do you think yes should be here or no should be here or yes? Which one do you think the person is likely to click?
Yes, on the right.
Okay, yes, someone is
On the
saying yes
left
on the
side.
right. Okay, so the user is likely to click yes on the right. Meaning is that's bad. Okay, so we need to move the yes to where the no is. I don't know. Is it difficult to click? The reason being that we don't want the user to click yes, because if he or she might be like doing a mistake. Okay, so you want to put it at a position where it will be difficult for the user to click yes. Let me see my phone. Okay, so it depends, but it's your application, so you decide where your yes or no to be. Okay, so would you like to close the application? If yes, then would you like to delete the item? If yes, then you should delete it. So let's say I want to delete this. Yes, so you can see there's no mobile. Try this. Yes, nothing. Nothing. Okay, so that's what this and this is doing. So this one shows you the notice, and then this one prompts you. Am I sharing the right screen? Okay, and this one prompts you. So here we want to compare if the choice, okay, the yes or no. If the user chose yes, we want it to do this. Okay, so we want to remove the item and then update our database and then update our list view too. Yeah, list view. Okay, so to do that, go to your list view after picking. So go to your list view and then look for list view after picking. Picking. Okay, list view and then go to list view after picking. And then click on the first notifier and then look for choose show choose dialog. Where is it? This one. Oh, no. Yeah, this one. Show choose dialog. We have message, title, button 1, button 2, and then cancelable. Okay. Put it here. Okay. Your notifier, scroll down and search for what? This block. And then put it here. And then go to pick an empty string, text string, okay, and then just type something. You can just Control C and then VVV, okay, and then put them there, and then type something inside. And then we have our no, then we have our yes. Okay, so just snap it there, and then by default this is set to true. We don't want it set to true. We want it set to false. If it's set to true, meaning instead of 2 buttons, we are going to have what? 3 buttons. 3 buttons. Okay, we don't want that. Okay, so now let's go to the notifier after choosing. Okay, so here we want to decide whether to remove the application and then update the database and then the list view, the display or the list or the item. So go to your control and then pick an if then statement. Go to your logic and then choose a comparison block. Okay, so this comparison. Okay, snap it here. Now, the yes or no, okay, the yes or no argument here is stored in this variable called choice. Mouse over it and then connect the choice here. Okay, so we want to get a variable called choice. And then snap it here. Okay, now the yes, okay, the yes, do not type the yes. Go here, go to where you type your yes, duplicate it and snap it here. Okay, it's also a sensitive data, so just duplicate it. The reason being that we don't want any mistake in the typing. Okay, so the after choosing, okay, someone said I should go after the after choosing. So let's view. Where's list view? List view. Okay, it has an after picking event handler. Okay, go to your control, pick an if then, and then go to your logic. We want a comparison block. Okay, so in normal programming, we would have what equals. So let's say if let's say x is equal to 1, so meaning we are assigning the variable 1, no, the value 1 to x. So wherever you call x in your code, you should have what 1. But here we want to compare. Okay, so if you have 2 equals is trying to compare, it's not assigning a value. Okay, so so for here we are going to say this is our equals. Okay, when you advance into other programming language, you see I don't understand what the blocks. I got disconnected. Okay, so now if the get choice is yes, we want to remove the list item list at a particular index. Okay, at a particular index. Okay, so go to your list and then we have what remove. Where's remove? We have remove list item list and then we have index. Drop it here. Yeah, drag it here. Now we want the index. Okay, so just as the way when we are going to write B, C, and then in the unit 2, I think they give index. I've forgotten that. So index, index. So let's say 1, 2, 3. So instead of your actual name, they'll give you an index. Okay, so you are index 1, or I think they use 001 or something. So index 1, index 2. So we are going to index every item. So the first item in our list is going to be what? Index 1. The second item is going to be index 2. But those of you who venture into Python programming, indexing doesn't start from 1, it starts from 0. Okay, so keep this in mind when you start programming in Python. Don't forget that. It gets a lot of people get confused when it comes to indexing in Python. Okay, just because of the 0 and then the 1 indexing. Yeah. So from there, indexing is a so go to your list. Okay, and then we have index in list thing list. Go to your list, and then we want this block. It's a getter called index in list thing list. Snap it here. Okay. And then what is the list? What is the thing? Okay. So why the thing? Okay. So this is going to index the thing that the user selects. Okay. So this block is going to index the thing that the user selects. So go to your list view, and then we want a getter block called listview.selection. Okay. Now the list view has a property called listview.selection index. We don't want the index, we want the actual item. Okay. So look for this. No, where's the selection index? The list view selection. Okay, so this block. Okay. Go to your list view and then look for list view, a getter called listview.selection. And then snap it here. So list view.selection. And then our list is what? Our global, this one. So just mouse over, pick the get, and then snap it here. Hey, snap it here. Okay, so for these two blocks, okay, there's no need for us to go here and then pick them. Okay, since we already have them at our floating button. Okay, our floating button. So here we are just updating it again. So you can just duplicate this, right click, duplicate. Hey, okay, right click, duplicate, and then plug it in. And you do same for this. Just right click, duplicate, and then snap it in. Okay, so you can see the syntax, the order of arrangements. Test, this index, and then removes, update the database, and then display the new items or the new list. So that's what this is doing. So actually these alone is okay, but for defensive design purposes, okay, we want this. Okay, this I just added this to show you how to properly close your application. Okay, it wouldn't be nice when someone just clicks the back button and then the person wouldn't get a notice and then the application just closes. No. So you want the person to confirm if he or she would like to close the application. So to do that, when screen 2 back, so from there, click on screen 2, okay, screen 2, and then we have a back pressed. Okay, the back pressed. Screen 2, pick back pressed. And then here we want notifier 2. So since we have notifier 2 and then we want the same properties, okay, just duplicate this and then click on the drop down and then change it to notifier 2. Okay. Duplicate notifier 1, not the event handler, but the purple one. Okay, notifier 1, duplicate it, and then click on the drop down and then change it to notifier 2. Okay. Now for it, we'll only change this to data types. So this strings. Okay. So for me, what I did was, would you like to close your application? Would you like to close application? My title is closing up, and then my button we have yes, and then no, and then my cancelable to false. Now now the notifier has what an after argument of events. Okay. So go to notifier 2, first notifier 2. And then we'll have what the after choosing. Okay. Or better still, if you don't want to go there, you can just duplicate the notifier 1 event handler. Change here to notifier 2, remove all these blocks. Okay, so we have the if and then okay, we only need this one. We only need this one. Then we want the get choice. We want the get choice. And then go to, okay, so I think things are getting messy, but I think you understand what I'm trying to do. So let me just delete them. Delete 5 blocks. So this is an example of a notifier. Okay. Yeah, I think where let me see delete. Where's delete? Okay, so you can see here we have delete and then this one cancel. Delete, cancel. So delete is what? No. Delete is yes and then no. Okay, so yes and then no. Okay. So I think the yes should be at the right and then the no should be at the left, the further part. Okay, so delete. So meaning you can change this here and then here. But it depends. Okay, it's your own application and then it depends. Okay, so now if we all have this, okay, we'll go to our control and then look for what? Close application. Close application. So you just pick it, control, and then choose what? Close application, snap it there. Delete. Okay, so let me demonstrate that one. Okay, so demonstrate. I don't know, anytime I pronounce demonstration, my mind feels like this demonstration, this demonstration, like the bad demonstration. So here, when I close the application, when I click the back button, you can see, yes, would you like to close the application? If I choose yes, it closes the application. Okay. So that's it for this blog. Okay. Where's the name? Those who stay, so that we go through the list view image, like it's experimental. Okay, I've not tried the list view image, so this one we are all going to do it together. So you brainstorm with me. That's those who would want to stay. So yeah, did anyone test project? Okay, we are just going to try something. Where is it? Where is it? So create new projects, and let's say list view with image. List view image. Yes. So you can see all the projects I've been building our test. So this properties, okay. So here you see we have what? Android versions. So Android Wear should be like maybe you're developing an app for Android Wear. Android Wear should be maybe a watch. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Android Wear. So you're developing an app for like the Android watch or something. Okay, so we have the API. Okay, so these are the Android versions. That's but let's let's leave it as default. Okay, let's leave it as default. The package name. So when you're submitting your app to Play Store, okay, you have to give your app a package name. Okay, so we have something called I think com dot and then the name of your application and then dot. I don't think you need this now. Okay, maybe when you should I explain this? I've actually forgotten the syntax, but it should start with a com dot and then the name of your application, the name of your company, and then the dot. So com dot and then the name of my company dot and then the name of my application. Okay. And then the primary color. So here your title bar color. So the title bar for your phone color, and then the status bar color, and then the accent. The accent color, it's like a particular color that would like cut across all the device. Okay, so let's see what happens. So let me change this to this color, and let's see how it looks like. So title bar, let's see. Let me give it this color. Then accent color, let's say green, and then click on finish. Okay, for you the so yeah, so you can see we have what this our, I think this our title, and then this our status bar. So this is a title bar and this is a status bar. You can always change these ones to other properties. So when you click on screen one, you can always change them. So you can see them here. Okay, see them here. Okay, so let's work with the list view. List view. Where is it? List. Where is it? List what? Okay, so what we want to do now, okay, what we would want to do now is let's ignore this project. Okay, the reason being that we are going to build from scratch. So what you can do is just click on our note-taking application, and then we are going to make a copy of it. Okay, and then instead of the list view, we are just going to use. So let's go to projects, and then click on save as, and then change the name. So now let's do the list view test 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 now test now. Okay, so I got an error. Let me see why. Okay, so there's a list view test now. So let me see if I have it. So when I scroll down, I should have it. So yeah, there's the list view test now, and then I have my old project. Where's my old project? Okay, so there's the old project. So this is what I'm going to be working on, the list view test now. Okay, so someone is saying, can you merge program from example MIT with program in App-Kodular? Okay, now what happens is App-Kodular is far advanced. Okay, so you can't export an AI from App-Kodular to MIT. You know, it won't work. I think MIT would reject it. I don't know for now. I've not tried it, but those days when I tried it didn't work. But MIT project can be imported into, so something like this project like this. Okay, I was doing it this afternoon. So I did it in MIT, and then I imported it into App-Kodular. Okay, so do take note of that. Okay, so here screen 2. Okay, and then if we delete this, okay, everything here is going to delete. That's the list view things will delete. Okay, let's delete it. We'll find a way. So I'm going to delete my list view. Where's the list view? So delete the list view, and then let's change it. So go to your layout, go to list, and then let's use list view image, and then text. Okay, so in WhatsApp, the image in WhatsApp is what's on your left before, followed by the text. Okay, so if you the list view image has a property like where is it? Image side. So do you want it to go to the right? Okay, or do you want it to be on the left? Let's leave it to the default, the left value. We have image size, so normal, small, big. Let's leave it to default. Let me see that. Okay, so let's leave it that way, and then let's go to our blocks and see. Let's see what's the list view properties, like the blocks for the list view image. Oh, we've deleted a whole lot of things. Okay. Where's the list view image? Okay, so remember, we are experimenting with this project. Okay, so let me see. Let's use this. Okay, so list view, and then we choose add item, image title, and then subtitle. Okay, so we want this thing to have a default image. Okay, we want it to have a default image. Call list view. Now we want to create a variable, okay, to store our image. So anytime we click on something, we want to store like that. Every list should have that same image. Okay, so to do that, let's create a variable, and then I'm going for an empty text string. Okay, let me give my variable image. Okay, remember this is an experimental project. I've not tried it before, so don't worry. So let's say, so I'll go to my assets, and then let me see which image to use. So let's use this image. Okay, so I'm just going to copy this, then paste it here. Okay, so now let me see. Let me go to list view image. Okay, so what we are going to do is okay, so let's just do this. Let's snap this here. Okay, and then just mouse over this, pick a get, snap it here. Our title should be, so let me check here. Oh, our title should be let me empty my list and then pick something different. MC backpack. Okay, so I'm going to the old project, and then let me just copy the old projects. Screen 2. And paste the code, copy all code to backpack. Then I'll go to my old project. Okay. Let me see what we need to do. So here, okay. So let's view elements to get global node var. So let's view node var. Okay, so this should get this. Let's use the title, and then our subtitle, we can leave it to empty. We can leave our subtitle to empty, or okay, let's create another variable. So why we are going to create it, the reason I'm creating the variable is we want it to, like, this variable. Okay, if we insert it here, so let's say typing or my list. Okay, so mouse over this, and then so subtitle. Okay, so let's rather use this here, and this subtitle, and then this should be here. Uh don't worry, we are just trying, so let's just, okay, so so that's it for the floating button. And then screen initialize, we want, okay, so screen initialize, let me see what happened. This view global. Okay, so I think it should be the same thing here. Then I think it should also be the same thing here. Is that all? Okay, so let's build and then test it and see. I hope it works. If it works, congratulations. Okay, so let me share my screen of, let me share it here. Can everyone see? Oh, where did it go to? Which one is it? Is it this one? Can anyone see this screen? Like the emulator? Okay, so you can see, yeah, we have the image and then my list. Okay, so my list, yeah, let me share. Let's see what we, okay, so at least we've done something. Okay, yeah, congratulations. So this our image, so our global image, there's it. And then the subtitle, no, is the title. So my list is what? Where's my list? That's list. Okay, that's our title. Okay, so that's empty. So let's type something and see if it will give me something. Okay, so you can see we have, oh god. Thank you guys for teaching me something. Okay, so this is how to experiment, okay, with projects. Okay, so those who stayed, yeah, you've taught me something today. Let's try another thing. Wow. All right, congrats. How do you say? Thank you all. yeah, so that's how WhatsApp this thing works. And yeah, so the only thing you have to do is just change the background color, and then yeah. So congratulations once again, and then thank you all for joining today's experimental class. That's yeah, thank you, and then I'll share